So much so that we here at QVC, if we could, would bring you multiple Tanzanite Today special values. In 2024, we offer one Tanzanite TSV. And it isn't just any Tanzanite Today special value, gals. This is of the highest quality, color, carat weight, cut. Everything that you look for in a once-in-a-lifetime piece that could very well be mined out in our lifetime. It has been so sought after that we only ever presented it at midnight and a quick replay at 3 a.m. And in those two presentations, half our quantity is gone. If you want your scintillating, frankly mouth-watering, juicy Tanzanite, and if you've seen Tanzanite, you know sometimes, frankly, it's washed out, it's not saturated, it never goes that deep blue violet. And here, it's like it's carved out of the heart of the ocean, but instead, it's carved out from the heart of the earth. This is a QVC exclusive. We are the only ones to offer pure Tanzanite, appropriately named, because that's exactly what you're getting. And we can't offer it to you unless we give you the very best around it. 18 karat gold. Truly, the only other places you'll find 18 karat gold and gemstones would be on Fifth Avenue, or areas where they charge a lot for the brand name as well as the box. But here at QVC, we want the money you invest to be in the jewelry that you wear. You get to choose your choice of cut in Tanzanite stone and your choice of color of gold. We took off the shipping and handling. We discounted this over $600 off of our own price. I can't give you a retail value though, because no one else offers anything like it. We can't find anything to compare it to. So let's go through our choices, knowing that if we've only shown this since midnight and waited until noon to show it to you again, it could be the last time you see it, ever. All right, let's come on in. You're choosing between yellow gold and white gold, sizes 4 through 11, unless I tell you otherwise, which is likely. This is your oval cut. It's the most limited. That means it will be the first to go, especially in the white gold. Okay, we move on. This is the one that I chose. This is the one I know so many of you will choose. This is the one that I think, look at those flashes of violet. I'm gonna hold it still. Do you see those little pops of violet in there? And the white that's inside, that's called pleochroism, and it only happens in a stone this good. Your round is classic. Your round is what is always the #1 most popular cut in diamonds and in Tanzanite as well. The true halo effect in your choice of white or yellow gold. And then finally, oh, you know I love a cushion cut. That marriage between square cut and round, strong look, that is also getting limited, especially in the white. Now, we do offer 18-month interest-free special financing if you are shopping with your Q card. You make even payments all throughout those 18 months. It averages $106 per month. Is it your anniversary ring, your new bridal, your just because, your retirement? Are you a December baby? Do you care what your birthstone is? I just love my favorites. And here's your opportunity to get your favorite now. It's part of a suite brought to us by Jeff Moseley, the gentleman who, while an expert in gemstones, puts all of his effort, all of his passion into his favorite stone, that is Tanzanite. Jeff, come on over and join us right now. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even sure I'd be presenting this at noon. It's officially noon here on the East Coast. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You and your wife, we hung out a few nights ago.
Yeah.
She was drenched in Tanzanite. You were drenched in Tanzanite. And I was so excited about today's special value. I'm just glad we even have a few to show to you.
I am too. And I'm glad you touched base on the round because, you know, when we go to the mines and when we do our research, and let me just say, as Jen mentioned, as a company, so I am Pure Tanzanite by Jeff Moseley, but I work for a very large group. This group I work full-time for as a full-time employee. They allowed me to create this brand for QVC. But before I brought it to QVC, I said, I want to know all the facts. I want to be the guy that goes into the mine and really brings the facts back to the QVC collector. This is myself and my team going, we went 3,300 feet. We were going to go 4,000. I said, I'm good at 3,300.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just kept the camera rolling. We were the first team to ever go into the mines, Jen, since 1967 with a 4K camera. So we really have some great footage. All these guys I know, all these guys I'm friends with. The chief geologist right here, Fustaf, he's on my WhatsApp. Like, we talk almost weekly about mining conditions, things like this. But going back to the round, I really wanted to hit home that we know what our major brands, our luxury brands, order from us on a monthly or 6-month basis. So when we put this together for QVC, we looked at it and said, Round is what they order the most. Let's try our best to give more rounds to QVC. And then we looked at the cushions and the ovals, and we brought those in. So when you look at these cuts, they're all gorgeous, and they're all the same color, Jen. That's the key, right? Think about all the gemstones over the years you and I have shown, and they're lovely and they're beautiful, and many of you own them, but there was a color range that we stuck to, and it's a tight range. There's no range here. Everything is top tier.
The range is perfect to perfect. Like, there is no in-between. If there is an in-between, or if it's on, frankly, the other side of the spectrum from this range that you see over here, it goes into the no thank you pile. And that no thank you pile is picked up by other retailers.
Big retailers.
Yes, very big ones, right? The ones who go, you know what, maybe not so good is fine. Or maybe they're thinking the person who's shopping isn't as savvy, isn't as educated. Well, our QVC shopper, she's educated and she only appreciates the finest there is. So that range that you see, when people often ask, like, what grade of color is it? Is it 1A, 2A, 3A? That's actually not even a technical in the industry rating system.
Oh, sorry. I want to switch this. My fault. Everything's backwards on TV. I'm a rookie now.
Actually, that's good because it compared it to the maybe not so bright ones.
Look, even this is a color range of Tanzanite that we do not use at Pure Tanzanite, but this is very common. Those ovals those are still very collectible. If you own the lighter purple color, good for you. You still have a rare gemstone. But the deeper, darker colors, they still don't match up to the color of the today's special value. This is a step above the finest color Tanzanite that you can get that we brought, and everything is exactly the same color.
This is always and forever my favorite shot in any of our jewelry shows, and it has nothing to do with Jeff or me. It's all about the jewelry. It's when I get to show you the 360 degrees, the engineering, the cut, the museum-like quality of the setting and the stone. We do not want to block any part, any facet, any micro molecule of color that you're seeing, so that when the light casts through the bottom and bounces off of the facets, that is what you see. That is what you love. That's what gets people commenting from across the room. This is a stone rarer than diamonds. This is a stone that, while it is millions of years old, was only discovered in the 60s. And am I not incorrect in saying that it's entirely possible we will have tapped the Earth's production of it in our lifetimes?
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, one thing I love, Jen, about QVC is they have a great legal department, a great department for things like GIA certifications. So I love
it's a blessing and a curse, honestly.
No, but here's the thing. When I came to this organization that I work for, they are no games, no smoke and mirrors. They create for the biggest brands. So it was a perfect marriage when I said I want to bring a luxury brand to QVC. Because what you're seeing is, like Jen pointed out, you see the culet under the bottom. Look at that shot right there. You see the stone under the bottom. We don't hide that. We're not covering the back of this with gold or silver to make it look darker. This is legitimately the best Tanzanite that you can get. This, Jen, is where it starts.
Can I hold it? Okay.
So this is a really nice crystal. Now again, remember, we go to the mines. We bring the rough up from the mines, okay? And recently, in January 2024, this was breaking news, the first pocket at 4,400 feet was once again discovered in almost 10 years. We got the call. This initiated the conversation about the TSV. Because when I sat down with our buyers, friends of mine, I said, I love the brand, but we will never be able to do TSV. Never. When this pocket was discovered and our owners were invited down and bought the entire lot, Jen, everything, we then had a conversation as a company and said, can I now use the 30 years worth of rough we've collected and create a TSV for QVC? And they said, you can use some of it.
Well, and that goes to explain why we're able to say, because trust me, we never like to lock ourselves in and say, this will be the only TSV of the year, because who knows, right? And if it's so popular, we want to bring it back to you. This is not dictated by, is it successful or not? This will sell out. It's dictated by how much Mother Earth is giving to us, and she's not giving up much. So much so that I've seen a lot more security on the sets here today. May have something to do with that.
So when I talk about a new pocket being discovered, we're talking about a few chunks of like this that our company invested nearly $6 million in. They were shipped to us in these steel boxes. I have a video on my social media page of opening it up from Mount Kilimanjaro Airport on July 13th. And that's pretty cool that you can see that. It just wasn't really edited properly to put out here. But it's so cool because that is why we can bring this beautiful TSV to QVC?
Okay, so it comes down to this.
I want to carefully put this back.
Yes, please, and you know, security's watching you. It comes down to this: what color of metal, what cut of stone. The oval and the cushion, we did not bring as many in, which is why they are so limited. The round, we brought in a few more because it is always the more popular. Think of it as black is to garments. We always bring in more. It still is always the first to go. The round is that classic. The round is the one that makes you, I think, see more surface area of the stone and therefore more light play. It's why it almost looks like a kaleidoscope on the inside. We compare the color to sapphire, but even that doesn't do it justice because sapphire isn't going to have this range of color and it really doesn't have this brilliance, this scintillation. People who discover this stone, they become instantly collectors. And I remember in years past, you could find them on cruise ships, you know this well. You could find them in overseas in other shops. And now it's few and far between. And when we go to gem shows, we're often told there's simply none to be found. But we've got the proverbial hookup. The same places that are designing these Tanzanite pieces that you will see on Fifth Avenue in beautiful boxes, by the way, we have one too, that are charging more for slightly lower quality. We are able to bring you the very best that you will have forever. Now, you still have 30 days to love it or return it. What you don't have is 30 days to make your choice. At midnight, that price goes up, and this will be the only order of the year. I want to quickly show everybody the box that it comes in. So if you're gifting this as an anniversary, or maybe, God bless you if you can do this, because when I buy a Christmas present, I'm never able to keep it a secret. But if you are, maybe making it a Christmas or a Hanukkah gift, this is the moment. And if they have any question, they don't know what the stone is, they wonder if it's real, they're going to see it right away. Pure Tanzanite. They're going to see the beautiful bag in which it comes in. They're going to get, we call these a romance card, but in this case, it's really more of a like GIA level education
and
card.
There's carrying on it, there's the story on it. There's also on the back a little bit about, you know, when we work with these major
Where's
brands.
your headshot, Jeff?
No headshots.
Oh,
I only have a headshot of me with the mining hat on. Isn't that funny? I got to get some
take that
headshots. I want to just piggyback on the round stone for a second. So this is something that many people will never know unless you're watching now, and I wanted to make sure this morning I could discuss it with our owners. The reason that we went with more rounds was because these rounds, Jen, they were cut for someone else.
Oh, I know what you're saying now.
These rounds were cut for another organization.
You can't say the name.
And it's a very big organization, and we didn't like mess up their order. When we got that big new discovery of the Block C in January 2024, that was able to replenish our rich, deep, collectible rough. This allowed us to then say, let's utilize the rounds we've already cut, and then let's come up with two other shapes. And we did the best we could to quickly cut and polish. We do all this in-house, by the way. All the design, I've got doodle sketches all over my house. My wife will tell you that there is paper all over the house with drawings on it. We do all this in-house. We manufacture in-house. We cut the stones in-house. We do not outsource anything. So it's literally like mine to market, bringing the source at a wholesale price to QVC just for you.
Okay, and do me a favor, can we come back on this tight shot? Thank you so much, because I've been showing it to you a lot while I'm holding it in between my fingers and like, wow, look at the light and everything. Okay, let's have it on the finger now and see where potentially the bottom is blocked out a little bit and you can't quite see.
It's like a magazine shot right there.
Thank you, right? But do you notice as I'm turning it, it goes from a deep blue, almost a cobalt, to a violet and a deep purple. Those little flashes, those little pops of red that your eye spies, that's what you're looking for in really good Tanzanite. And that's why, at the end of the day, this will be $2,533 if we only have one remaining. But today, it's $1,899. If you shop for diamond jewelry, if you shop for precious gemstones, ruby, emerald, sapphires, it is unheard of to see price tags like the one we're showing you now. But what most people don't realize is it's harder to find this stone. Now, all that said, really kind of means nothing to me if the stone isn't beautiful. Look at what you're getting. And oh, by the way, I love it when I'm like 18 minutes in and I go, oh, we should probably mention there's diamonds.
And 18 karat gold. Like, nobody does 18 karat gold.
Quarter carat of diamond.
And Jen, even if we would have, we couldn't find comparisons. We already heard the story because it's only the big luxury brands that have them, and that's not a fair comparison, right? But I will tell you right now that our manufacturing that we own and the cutting facility that we own, we are used to working with 18 karat gold for our designers. We have been buying 18 karat gold in large volume for years. You are getting an incredible
18
value on
Never do
18
that.
karat gold and fine diamonds, even if we took the Tanzanite out of the equation.
You're right. You're 100% right. Hey, do we have that making of video really quickly? I want to give